Hi and welcome. I am Katarina and this is my channel, your place for card making, creative inspiration and a little extra sparkle in every project. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Let's jump into today's project. Hi everyone, today I'm going to make a tutorial using the printed Pretty Peony Ombre Vellum pad and the coordinating die and embossing folder set from Chloe's Creative Cards. These flowers are so beautiful, I really struggled to pick which colors to use, but then I settled with these ones with the pink edges and the white middle of the petals, and I do think these turn out absolutely beautiful. So I tore 2 pages out of the vellum pad, and then I'm going to send those through at the same time within the 3D embossing folder using my die cutting machine. To make sure that none of the pages move, I tape them together just using some low tack tape, just along the edges and fix them into place. And I'm doing this mainly because I will be die cutting them at the same time too, so just make sure that they do not misalign. And you can see how beautifully this lines up with all the details on the embossing folder, and just look at those gorgeous details. And I can tell you that both sheets have that detail so beautifully embossed. And I love that because that saves a lot of time rather than having to send several sheets together. I reckon I could probably try 3 too, but I haven't tried that. But if I will let you know how that works out. So I'm die cutting both of these all of the same time. Again, you could see how very easily those dies line up with the details, and the colors on the printed vellum, they extend a little bit far beyond the die edges, so even if you misalign a little bit, you still get beautiful results every single time. To add some glitter today, I picked a gold glitter by Wow that I have in my stash, and it is so super sparkly. I am going to glitter up these petals in 2 different ways. On one of them, I am just outlining the edge, as you can see it in here. And on the second set, I will outline the edges, but also add some detail onto those embossed lines with my dry clear glue. I'm using the Barely Arts glue, which will dry real nice and strong and clear. I do trust this one, but obviously there are other glues out in the market that are very good quality that you may already like using in your stash. Off camera, I'm going to finish all the petals in all the different sizes exactly the same way, and then we move on to work on our card base. To do that, I have an 8 by 8 inch white card folded in half to create an 4 by 8 inch card base, and then lining a circle die in the middle of that folded card base, I am going to die cut both layers at the same time, just like so. I'm trying to make sure that it's as centered as I can get it. And then I run it through my die cutting machine and it cuts through both layers beautifully. The circle dies I'm using today are from the Pierced and Scalloped Circles die set by Chloe's Creative Cards. Then I cut another strip of card in here to 3 3/4 of an inch wide, and I'm not cutting the length of it yet because I do this the opposite way, right, I guess. So I don't want anything to be misaligned. So in here, I am just lining it up the way I will want it to be on my card front. And with a pencil, I'm marking where to cut the semicircle, and I'm using one size larger die than I used earlier on. And this is really just so I don't have to be absolutely exact. It will line up perfectly, and I will be covering that up with a frame anyway, you'll see in a minute. And here I'm just using my trimmer to cut this to size, making sure that there's 1/8 of an inch on all 4 sides. And I just do find it being lined up easier this way. This piece I'm going to emboss with the Peony embossing folder, which look at that gorgeous detail. Oh my goodness, so pretty. So I will glue this on the front of my card using my collal glue, and that size difference between the 2 semicircles will be covered up with a frame, just like so. I've die cut these using 2 different sizes dies off from the set, and I have 3 heavyweight white card pieces die cut here, lining up with each other using some collal glue. I want this to be nice and sturdy, as this will be the structure that's going to hold my decorations up. I wanted it to be nice and heavyweight, and once the collal glue dries, it will dry real nice and sturdy. Using the same glue, I am adding this onto the front of my card, and this is how I am covering up that size difference between the 2 semicircles. And Now it is time to work on the flowers a little bit. That glue has dried and the glitter is fully stuck to those flowers. So I'm just shaping the petals a bit, bending them downwards, and I'm layering them up. And there's all different ways that you can use these dies. And here I just decided to add a slightly smaller layer on top of a slightly larger one. I hope that makes sense. But just look how gorgeous and sparkly these flowers are. And I absolutely love this vellum pad. I definitely will be coming back to use this more often because I fell in love with it in here, guys. It is just so gorgeous. So in here I'm just trying to arrange which way to add my flowers. And for the foliage I used the dies from the set on some grain card or paper, and I've heat embossed those with clear gloss embossing powder that adds some gorgeous shine and a little bit of a texture and substance to those leaves. And I've repeated that several times to make sure I have enough to fill out spaces between the flowers in there. And then I have this swirly die, which I love. This is from the Christmas Rose die set. But I think they go well with lots of occasions, and I absolutely love using these as fillers. So I've die cut them from white card several times, and I heat emboss them with the hint of pink pearl embossing powder. And you cannot see it much here on camera, but it adds some gorgeous pinky detail to those swirls. As you tilt them towards the light, it just makes them shine so beautifully and adds that little bit of a hint of pink. I'm using my pin flare glue in here just because I will be moving these a little bit and arranging them, and I love that this glue gives me a little bit of a wiggle room to make sure that I can get everything where it looks the best. So this card was made a little while ago for a special birthday, but it was received only recently, so that's why I'm sharing the tutorial now. But these are all fairly new products, so I assume I would like to say that everything is still available. If so, it will be linked in the description box below for you to check out. With Wow Embossing Powder, I have my own affiliate code, which will be in the description box below. Using that code will get you 10% off your purchase. It will leave me with a little bit of a kickback, but at no extra cost to you. Your discount will still remain the same. I do appreciate you supporting me that way. So in here I've added all the foliage and the flowers that I wanted to use, and then I set this aside to dry a little bit because of that glue. Obviously I don't want anything to move as I'm working further on this card. Oh, I added some sparklers. Of course I added sparklers in the middle of the flowers. They are gorgeous rhinestones from Chloe's and they are super sparkly too. Once everything is fully set and dry, I'm going to add a strip of acetate on the inside of the card to the front of the card. So you can see that I added double-sided adhesive to the two ends of that strip. I think was 3/4 or maybe 1 inch wide. It really depends on what you're going to stick to the acetate. So you can really change the width of that strip in there. And I stuck it onto the front on the inside of the card. And this is where I'm going to add my sentiment. I stamped Happy Birthday using the worn lipstick distress oxiding and the clear heat embossed it with clear gloss embossing powder. And then I've die cut it with the tiny tags and plaques with the plaque die. There's two different sizes. The smaller one, I add a little bit of an inking around the edges, and then I layered it on top of the white larger die cut and stuck it to my acetate. I also have one more die cut with a larger one in here, which I've added double-sided adhesive in the middle, and I'm going to reinforce it with some liquid glue around the edges. And this is just really just to hide that adhesive on the back of the sentiment. And this is the card almost done. I just do decide to finish it with some rhinestones, and I'm going to use pink ones in two of the bottom corners on there, just like so. And that will finish my card off. As I mentioned, I will leave a link to anything that's still available in the description box below. I absolutely love how this card turned out. I would love to read your thoughts on this. I thoroughly enjoyed working on this one. It's just so pretty, a little bit different, but perfect for a special occasion. I think this would work very well with different shapes, like for example hearts instead of the circle for a wedding. I think that would be pretty too. And before I go, I will leave you with some close-up images in here. I cannot say thank you enough for everyone who is returning to watch my videos every single time and leaving me some lovely comments. And I'd like to welcome my new subscribers as well. It always makes my days to see that I have some new followers who are interested in watching my videos. So huge thank you to all. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss my next video. And in the meantime, feel free to click on these rectangles for more creative inspiration. Until the next time, see you soon. Bye!